Hi, it's Kevin here from the Joy of Trucking, coming to you live from the Loves in Tifton, Georgia. We're in the midst of Hurricane Debby here, this epic storm. You look over there, you can see Ramblin' Rose is totally wet, completely covered in water. We got driving rain out here, wind speeds in excess of 25 miles an hour. The storm surge from the coast hasn't hit here yet, but I want you to know I'll be standing out here in the middle of this storm until it passes sometime late tomorrow afternoon, giving you all the latest eyewitness up-to-date reports. Now, back to you in the studio. Hi everybody, I got some breaking news for you on Hurricane Debby hitting Florida right now. You're watching the Joy of Trucking. My name is Kevin. I'm an OTR driver for CRETE Carrier, and I want to tell you a story. So yesterday I picked up a load in Marietta, Georgia at our terminal, and I have to get it down to Tampa. And the delivery time was 11 o'clock this morning. Now it's after 1 o'clock and I'm still here. So I ran down I-75, ran out my clock, got as far as I could. I'm in Tifton, Georgia at the Loves here. I've been watching this tropical storm Debby for a few days now because I know it was coming up alongside Florida in the Gulf, and at some point it was going to turn in and get real nasty. And it had been dumping a lot of rain on the west coast of Florida for a few days now, and I got this load yesterday, and I thought, oh great, I'm gonna be right in the teeth of it. So I was checking it last night. I got up this morning and looked at the picture, and I sent a message in saying I'm gonna stay right here and just watch it all day. I'm not in the path of the storm. I'm going to be on the fringes of it. Basically have been since about 2 a.m. this morning. So I'm getting wind, I'm getting rain, like enough wind to kind of rock the truck a little bit, but it's not hurricane force. That's a good thing. Got a message last night at just after 5 o'clock from the company. Weather alert, tropical storm warning issued for your area. Winds between 39 and 73 miles per hour expected in the next 36 hours. Use caution, reduce speed, shut down if it's unsafe, and let us know if you're going to be delayed. Got all that. So the good thing is they know the situation, and they're even sending messages out to drivers, you know, like if it's bad, shut down. Don't be out there screwing around in bad weather. Don't endanger yourself or the truck or the load. You know, take care and think safely. And the other good thing is, if I shut down, I'll get that inclement weather pay because they're the ones that sent out the notice, right? They sent out the warning, and they're well aware of what the weather's like. So anyway, I got up this morning, looked at the situation, sent a message in about 5 a.m. saying I'm not going to be able to make this, and that gives them a heads up that they can contact the customer and let them know as well that it's not going to be there at the proper appointment time. So I think down in Tampa they're well aware of the situation right now. You gotta, if you're looking at the map or you know watching the news and all that kind of thing, you'll see the eye of the storm. That's what they're tracking, right? And it's coming on up, you know, in the Gulf. It actually slowed down a little bit last night, and when it does that, when it goes slower, it picks up strength if it's over warm water. So they were talking about, you know, maybe 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. it was going to hit the coast up in the armpit of Florida there and be like 70-75 miles an hour. And what happened was it hit the coast at 6, a little bit later at 80 miles an hour. It had time to pick up a little bit more strength. But the thing about it is, if you know anything about hurricanes, the eye is just the center, and it's like this tight little area where the wind is extremely strong around the wall of that eye, and they can watch that on a satellite. But if you look at the bigger picture, the wind and mostly the rain covers hundreds of miles out from the eye, and it's often more toward one side. You'll see there's a lot more rain, a lot of heavy cloud on one side of that big swirling mass, and they rotate. It's a counterclockwise direction. So where I am, it is well south of me, and a lot of the rain is to the east of the eye. So that was hitting the coast all the way up. There's flooding from Fort Myers all the way up Cedar Key, Tampa. All those areas were just inundated with rain. So where I am, the rain only started, you know, we had a couple of drizzles through the night, but it's pretty steady now. coming down here all morning, and it's going to continue. It's going to keep raining, and it's going to be blowing wind probably until tomorrow afternoon. You know, I got another 24 hours of this. So I'm far enough away from the center that I'm not getting those really strong winds. I'll show you what I see on the satellite. I took a clip. This is the satellite picture of Hurricane Debby from 10 a.m. Monday morning until about 7 p.m. And if you see the little hand icon there, that's where I'm parked right now. So we're getting, just on the outer bands, we're getting wind, we're getting rain. The wind is coming from the east, because you can see that counterclockwise rotation. And by tonight I'll be in some of that yellow, orange, even red. That's about 10, 11, noon. And then it gets a little more severe as the storm is passing me. My delivery is way down here in Tampa, where I should have been right about now, but I would have had to drive straight through the heart of all that. Later on, some of the really heavy bands of wind and rain are going to hit this area, and if I thought it was really going to be that bad, I'd fire up and head north and get a little bit more clear of all this. But I think I can sit it out where I am here. I'm in a good spot, pretty sheltered from the wind. If other guys are parked next to me, it's not like you know, it's not like I'm taking the full brunt of the wind myself and the rain and everything. So anyway, Tanya and I have been through some hurricanes. We lived in the Caribbean for quite a while, and actually there was a hurricane named Debby in 2000. It passed far enough north. We sat out on the patio with bushwhackers and painkillers in the blender and just kind of watched it go by. You know, that wasn't bad. But we've been through some other ones that were pretty bad. And what we normally do, first you prepare. You get enough warning that the hurricane's coming. You can board up your windows, stock up on gas for the generator, buy canned goods and food and bottled water, and get a few movies lined up on the VCR. So you know, and then you just kind of hole up somewhere safe and wait for it to pass. Afterwards, you got a lot of work to do. There's branches down everywhere. There's trees in the pool. There's stuff there. You put your patio furniture in the pool so it doesn't blow away. And then you got trees blocking roads. Power lines are down all over the streets. You might not have power for months afterwards if it's really bad. And then you got to protect against looters, if people are out just grabbing whatever they can. There's a lot to do, and we had a landscaping business, so we spent a lot of time standing trees up and replacing plants and just cutting away debris and hauling it to the dump. And then with all that rain, everything was growing like magnificently in the weeks that followed, because once the clouds are gone, the sun's beating down and everything's wet, and the grass was 3 feet high and hedges were sprouting like crazy. We wound up hiring a lot of extra hands, and we were running around for months afterwards. Anyway, we have experience with hurricanes, and we know what they can do. So there was no way I was going to drive this truck on through all that mess today. Thank you very much. Also, this load is only 19,000 pounds, and one of the things we learned early was a truck with less than 20,000 pounds of freight can be knocked over by a 45-mile-an-hour wind. So if you think about that, the maximum winds from Debby are 80 miles an hour. But even where I am, or if I was to try driving through, even after the eye is passed, you're still going to get gusts. Like, this isn't like a steady blowing wind and steady pounding rain. It comes a little, it goes, it goes, you know, there's different intensities, it varies, and you can have gusts that can be well over 45 miles an hour if you're close enough to the eye. So I wasn't going to risk flipping the truck over and ending my career. Yeah, sent the message, so I'm covered with the company, and they can deal with the customer. I'm just gonna sit here and wait all day and try and occupy myself and try not to eat too much. And tomorrow morning I'll assess the situation again and look at, you know, what the conditions are in my path. I know that the further south I get, the better it's going to get, because the storm is moving kind of northeast. So whatever I'm looking at in the morning will probably be the worst of it, and I'll get on the radar and look at all the predictions and forecasts and everything, and look at the different, you know, I'll be through Lake City, Gainesville, Ocala, and then down into Tampa, so I can look at the forecast for all those areas too. The other thing I'm curious about is the damage. If there's a lot of storm surge and a lot of flooding from all the rain, I might be driving into a pretty badly damaged area, and I got to look at road closures and submerged roads and places like that too. That's going to be another consideration in the morning. Anyway, I hope the customer understands the delay. I hope I get through this thing all right, but I'll keep you posted. There's more to come. All right, here's the view outside. You can see it's raining. You can see the trees over there moving around a little bit in the wind. Every now and then the truck shakes and rocks a little bit. But it's not too bad. So hit the subscribe button, give us the little thumbs up and comments down below, and we'll talk to you again very soon. Bye-bye.